Yo, what's up, you guys? Happy Halloween. It's your boy Walterdoom back for another episode of Let's Talk About Horror, the horror podcast, where I talk about any and everything related to the genre. And we got another Halloween special, and I had to bring the girls for you guys today. Gang, gang, gang. You know, we sitting here chilling today. It's a Halloween celebration. I hope you guys are staying safe on this Halloween day. I know it's quarantine, so we got a quarantine party here tonight on the podcast, you know. And yeah, I mean, we're just chilling. That energy was so
really
bad at the end. I swear, my energy was so bad at the end. I'm just like, I come in with all this excitement, and I'm like, yeah, so we're just chilling. Like what the fuck was that? So, in the first corner, I got one of my special guests. She is a blogger. She talks about all the fuck shit that's happening in the world. Coming in, looking like the Black Daria Morgan-Dorford. Too bad I didn't come in as Beavis or Butthead, but it's the girl Meaganzworld. Coming in the other corner, even though I'm making it sound like this some type of fight night shit or something like that, is the girl. She talks about all the horror stuff. You know, she come on the show very often. You know, we're cool friends. You know, the girl from the hometown and everything. Let's give it up for Dimi Horror, everyone.
Hey y'all, what up? Hey, back with my Black Avengers of Horror.
And for those that are listening to this on Spotify or Apple or any of the other wonderful podcasts, and thank you all for listening on those platforms, by the way. Can you let us know what your costume is today?
Okay, well, I am Daria, Black Daria. So I got, my bang wig on, my big white glasses right here, and I'm just giving you Daria realness right now. Just imagine that.
Yes.
The green jacket, of course. Yes, yeah. all that.
Yes, eliminated. Beautiful Daria. She slayed it. I love it. Y'all should do it. Awesome. Definitely tune into Walter's YouTube channel to see it for sure. To see this.
Oh yeah.
To see it. Yes. And we got Walter in the house being like an awesome ninja. And
Well. I was gonna give myself my own introduction, but can you let us know?
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. But can you let the audience know what you're wearing, Dimi?
Sure. Honestly, I was like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna be today? I had no freaking clue. Like, but I was like, you're creative. Like, don't slack. Like, you're creative. Come up with something cool and something, decent at least, And I was like, I still don't know what the fuck I'm gonna be. So I was like, a black sorceress. How about that? Yeah. Let me be a black sorceress. Let's come through with that. So
yes, and you're slaying. Yeah,
I honestly thought she was like a black Morticia. I honestly thought that's who she was. I'm glad that.
I like that. That's a cool compliment.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't say you were like Morticia or anything like that, because then I would have looked dumb afterwards. And my audience would have been like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy? What does this guy know?"
Hey, but Morticia is awesome. I love her.
Morticia is awesome. I mean, she's no Bride of Frankenstein, but Morticia is awesome.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, if y'all know, if you've been following anything I do on Instagram, I mean, I've been like obsessing over the Bride of Frankenstein lately. I think the actual bride is pretty hot. I don't know why. so yeah, I'm just being a big weirdo like that. But
we're all weirdos here.
We're weirdos. And of course, you guys, you got your host with the most. Your boy is back for another week. I've been all consistent with this shit. Yeah, I hope you guys been liking all the stuff I've been putting out. I got all my friends coming through. I love it. you know, your boy here dressed up as like one of the dudes from Among Us. At least that's what I was going for. I don't know what the fuck I did. I just went and put some shit together, just by the way, you guys. So y'all gotta excuse
And
me.
still slayed it.
And you
Still
know
slayed
what?
it.
I did too, because all of this stuff was in my closet. I barely had to buy anything. Like, this was the look I was rocking when I was in college. Like, I was the Black Daria in college. Like, if go back like a couple years back, I'll be walking around wearing this. Like, oh, Megan, I thought you were wearing a costume. It's like, no, like, like I am wearing a costume.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you guys, it's your host with the most, your boy. Y'all been fucking with me for a minute. For those that have been listening to me on a consistent level, I'm the big dog in this shit. So your boy Walterdoom. Let's give it up for me too. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm sitting here with my own ego like an asshole. So.
No, oh yeah, we round of applause for songs. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you guys really like this, really fuck with us, you know, make sure you guys follow us on our social medias, you know, Walterdoom on every platform, Walterdoom1 on Twitter, because fuck that guy that took Walterdoom. You know?
That's right. That's right.
You know, if you guys love Dimi Horror, definitely fuck with Black Girls Love Horror too. You know, on every platform, Twitter and Instagram. Fuck with Meaganzworld on Twitter and Instagram also.
Okay.
So yeah. It is Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that weak ass, yo. But, yeah, how you two doing? You know, it's been a while since you guys been on here. Well, you girls been on here. I'm the only guy on here. But let me try not to get canceled here. You know, I mean they're out here canceling Chris Pratt and Ice Cube. I'm just like, ooh, I better be careful.
Wild. I actually am about to start a new podcast with my friends Dylan Freddy and Ray Lyons. I'm super excited. It's called The Sauce Talks. It's going to be dropping in December. Yeah. And we're going to be just talking about pop culture, trends, current events, but also a little bit satirical as well. It's going to be really fun, but also we kind of want you to think a little bit about why these trends are trends. So it's going to be really fun.
I like that. I'm gonna tune in. You know that. I'm gonna be there for sure.
Working hard on that.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us where we could find this new podcast project you're working on?
Oh yeah, so we're going to be streaming it on Twitch. So we're streaming our pilot episodes. And then we're going to do our streams every Sunday starting December. And then we're going to post it on YouTube, as well as wherever you can listen to podcasts as well. So it's going to be a video podcast and also a stream and also an audio podcast.
Yeah, I can't wait to tune in. Hell
It'll
yeah.
be exciting.
Yes, that's cool. That sounds like a really cool concept and like cool like ideas, and I'm glad that it's gonna be like funny because like I feel when you post things like you know when to be serious, but then you also know like how to be funny and get some things still across. I like that, so that's really cool. Definitely can't wait to tune in. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what I've been up to lately has just really been blogging. I haven't been able to blog like on a consistent basis like I was when the whole quarantine thing happened. Like I was able to like blog every day pretty much. And now that I'm back to working like full time and they switched my shift to early in the mornings, it's a pain in the ass like to try to blog every day consistently it's definitely challenging for sure. I'm not gonna lie. Like and like what I'll do is I'll try to like come home, get my rest on, because there's no point with going to work and like just dragging during the week because your sleep schedule's, you know, off. So I try to get as much as rest as I possibly can, just so that I could get through the week, because it's difficult, you know, when you don't have enough sleep. Like it really is. Like sleep is super essential. So I try to get rest as soon as I get home, and then sometimes I'll oversleep and try to get up, and I'm like, damn, it's like 12 o'clock to try to get this content out right now. I'm looking at like, you know, going to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning, which I usually get up at like 4 o'clock to get ready. So for work, because I got to be at work at 5:30. So yeah, if you guys haven't been seeing me as often, like consistently blogging, it's work. Work is a pain in the ass. Like, ain't nobody asked y'all to switch me to the morning shift. Like, ain't nobody asking that. Like, what the hell? Like,
It's okay. We all have to be forced into shifts that we don't want to work, but it's good to see that you're here with us. You know, having a good time. You know, this is a party. You know, we are party.
yeah.
I
I mean,
hope
I
you
was
guys
so
are out
happy
there.
to.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was so happy to get the invite. I mean, I love like horror, and my blog, like Black Girls Love Horror too, like really like saves me. Like it breaks me away from the regular drag-ons of just boring, you know, everyday consistent life, you know. And it's just like, oh my god, work again, like I gotta do this shit again the next day too, like, you know. So
Yeah.
it's beautiful to have this, like, you know, you guys and the horror, and anytime you guys, you know, want to collab or anything like that, it just wakes me away from that stuff, you know. And I'm just like, oh cool, you know, I get to actually do some shit that I love, you know, things that I really connect to, you know, and things I give a shit about, you know. So it's awesome. So when I got that invite, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, you know. I replied a little late last minute, but I was like, I'll be there for sure. So
like how much we are glad that you are here. We are glad to have everyone that is listening or watching this right now here too, you know.
yes.
You guys are at home safe, you know, have yourself a drink. You know, I got my good old Mind Haze IPA. This show is not sponsored by that, but hey, it should be.
Right? Hey, mine is
But
come
if it's
through
not,
now.
but if you guys don't like that, this show is also not sponsored by Ornitos Tequila. So, you know.
Oh.
So yeah, we are gonna have ourselves one hell of a time. So yeah, it is Halloween. So I want to start the show off by talking about a couple of like Halloween traditions. Last time I talked about Halloween traditions, I had my boy Spencer the Gamer on here, and we were just talking about like a couple of Halloween traditions, Halloween memories that we had. But I want to hear you girls' own thoughts about like Halloween traditions, you know, kind of like what type of like things that you do during Halloween. Do you have like, do you go to parties? You know, do you have like certain costume choices that you make? Like, what do you usually do on Halloween?
Yeah, it all depends on the year. It always rains on Halloween, so it's mostly an indoor activity for the most part. But honestly, you know, the typical like trick or treating, like when I was a kid, but like as an adult, I like going to like Halloween parties or just chilling at home. This year, I'm chilling at home, so that's really nice. But chilling at home, watching horror movies, eating a lot of candy. Also, my birthday always falls on Halloween weekend. My birthday's November 2nd, so coming up.
Coming
So
up real
I'm always
soon.
kind of like trying to do something a little bit fun,
Scorpio.
but not too crazy.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Scorpios are I'm super biased when it comes to it, but Scorpios, man, are awesome. Like y'all are super, like, you know, and I mean this in no disrespect, but I feel like Scorpios are super slept on. Like they're
Yes!
But
We're always the
like,
evil ones, but I'm like, dude, no, we're the realest motherfuckers ever.
yeah, just straight shooters, like sweet people, but super straight up, like, and just honorable. And I'm just like, wow, you guys are probably like the most like straight up honorable signs in Astro, like straight up. I love it. I love it. Great sign to have for sure. And happy early birthday. Woo!
Thanks.
Yeah. For me, like traditions, honestly, I've been living on my own out here in LA by myself, and I've been like kind of getting my own traditions as I'm out here. I'm still, like, of course, very close to my family, but they don't really do much for Halloween, you know. Like, I mean, I remember like, of course, getting a costume and going trick-or-treating. And I think back in the day, my mom used to throw like little Halloween parties for us growing up, and you know, the little neighborhood kids would come through, and like my mom's a hairstylist, and she's been a hairstylist for a long time, and a lot of people know her in Pasadena, and they know my dad. So a lot of the kids at the time who are the same age as me, they would come through, you know, so it would be easier to throw parties and stuff. My cousins and play cousins would come through, whatever. So that's what I remember growing up and having. But for the most part, Halloween wasn't, it was essential to me because I loved it myself. Like, that was my thing, you know, but other than like that, like, it really wasn't like a traditional thing. I just knew, like, growing up in school, like, we would have little Halloween parades and, like, you know, dressed in our little
remember
costumes.
those Halloween parades.
Yeah, you know.
Those had got to be one of the lamest things I could ever think of as a kid. Like, everybody get together, show off your costume, and it's always something like that. Whose parent threw a lot of money together, and the one that costume will always fucking win, like, you know.
Yes,
That
dude.
part.
I feel like it was all okay. That just reminded me of a Halloween memory from like middle school during like this little Halloween parade. I feel like I should have won the costume contest, but my teacher put me in the wrong category because she's like, "Oh yeah, it's most creative," and I was like, what was I? I was like a 70s like disco chick with, you know, the big afro and stuff. But then she's like, "Oh no, you're actually honorable mention." And I was just like, "What?"
Honorable mention?
Right.
Wow.
Like,
I was just like, okay. But yeah, Dimi, no, I'm totally with you because, you know, my family wasn't really big on Halloween, but I loved Halloween. So I just basically came up with my own thing, you know, hanging out with like friends or just like doing things on my own too.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, like living on my own in LA by myself, and like it's just me and snow out here for now. It's just like you just kind of come to your own. It's just like, oh, so for real, it's just me out here, you know, like. And then what makes it even more so like independent and on your own and taking care of your own shit, you know, in a sense, is like this whole quarantine in 2020 stuff and this COVID thing. It's like you can't really see your family, you can't really see, you know, your loved ones because they're older, and you want to be careful and cautious, which you know everybody should be, you know, but it's just like it's still, so it adds into that, and it's just like, well, this is life, like, you know. And one of the main big things that I'm so big on after everything has happened this year with COVID and everything is like, dude, live your life. Like, live it up. Like, live it to your truth. Like, I don't care what, yeah, you know, like whatever people told you growing up and shit that you were told growing up, like, oh, you gotta live your life like this, or you gotta, you know, fit in the lines and all this other stupid shit that does not fit you true to yourself. No, dude, like, live in your truth. And I don't care what it is, just as long as you're happy and it's something that you really want to do and it completes you, go for it. You know, as long as you're not obviously self-harming or hurting anybody else, go for it. You know, like, that's one of the big things I learned with this 2020 thing, this COVID thing, is like, fuck it. Fuck what everybody has to say. Live your truth. Fuck it. You know, it's just you at the end of the day, you know? So, yeah.
So question, do y'all have a favorite costume that you could remember?
Ooh, I would say my favorite costume growing up was when I think I was around 6 years old, 5 or 6, but whenever the Star Wars Phantom Menace came out, for some reason, because I was a kid, I liked that movie, so I was Queen Amidala, and my mom did my makeup and everything. I know, I'm sorry, Star Wars fans, and I'm one too, but granted, I was a kid. So I was Queen Amidala for Halloween, and my mom did like my face makeup and everything. It was like on point, so I was a little Queen Amidala. And then my most favorite costume as of recently, I was Lizzo last year for Halloween, and that one was like one of my absolute favorites.
That was lit.
How did you pull that off? I'm just trying to figure that out. Did you wear a bodysuit or something?
No, I didn't do any of that. But what I did was I dressed up as her like BET performance costume. So what I did was I just got like this white leotard with like, you know, the garter belts and all that, and then I had like a flute with me, like a fake toy flute.
Oh,
And people
okay.
got it.
That was awesome. That was so cool. You nailed it. Like, and it's crazy because it's like that goes to show that anybody can cosplay as anything. Like,
Exactly.
100%, you know,
Yeah,
like
and
that.
everyone understood it. I mean, I did get some shade at the Halloween party I went to, was just like, oh, but you're like too skinny to be Lizzo. And I'm just like, dude, Lizzo's body positive and she
Oh
is
yeah,
like my queen. And
yeah.
you understood that I was Lizzo, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. You knew what was up. Exactly. That's what people be like sleeping on. It's like, dude, if you know what a costume I am, the message is sent and done. Sent, delivered, and signed. Like, you know what's up. So, yeah, I love that. Yeah, I would say like it wasn't a Halloween costume, but my favorite cosplay that I've ever done, hands down, had to be like my own version of like a 70s like kind of Twiggy. I did the Twiggy makeup, pink Power Ranger, and I haven't posted on my blog officially yet, but I definitely will. It's on my modeling page. And like being the pink Power Ranger with the afro, like I felt like on top of the world, because it was just like, hell yeah, like, you know, us black people get to cosplay as whatever the fuck we want to, you know, like it doesn't have to be that, oh, well, Kimberly was white, like you can't be the pink Power Ranger. Like, it's like, dude, I grew up watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That was my shit back in the day, you know, and I definitely dressed up as the pink Power Ranger when I was younger. And I've just always like loved the pink Power Ranger. And then as I grew up, now at this age, I'm kind of like, dude, my next cosplay has to be like, I'm gonna do like the black Power Ranger, but I'm gonna do like the female black, like gender, like Bender. Yeah, Black Power Ranger. Like, fuck yeah, like it's time is different. Like, you can be whatever you want to be out here, you know, like if that's what you want to cosplay as, go for it, you know. Just don't do blackface, just don't do that. But,
Yeah,
you know,
it's so funny to me how many times so many white people, I should say, are getting exposed for doing blackface, and they're asking like, well, what's wrong with this? I'm only wearing a costume. Like, homie, no, you're wearing blackface. Like,
Yeah.
you know that shit is racist. Why are you doing that? Like, there's no excuse for it.
Yeah, it is. It's true. Like, even something as simple as like what was it? Breakfast at Tiffany's, and a couple other ones too back in the day, where like people would be like certain white people would dress up as like a Japanese person or a Chinese person or something like that, but they would do like, you know, the small eyes and you know, stuff like that. And it's like, dude, you have hella talented Chinese and Japanese and Korean and, you know, Cantonese and then, you know, like Filipino, the list goes on. Talented people out here. Hire one of them. Let's try that. And, you know, let's not try to disgrace like the culture. Like, it's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But then there's also the fine line with because I like a lot of tribal stuff, and like, you know, Indian with the Tommy Hawk, you know, hat thing. I forget what it's called, but I've been wanting to do like a shoot with that. But there's certain like things that I get kind of like, well, is that disrespectful to somebody's culture though? Like, you know, like, yeah, it would be cool, but is it disrespectful? Like, that's the whole thing, you know? So
yeah, you definitely have to do your research with everything if you want to take something from other people's cultures and everything. I mean, as far as my costume, Daria is a cartoon character. Like, Daria is not a culture.
Right.
I mean, some people could argue because like Daria's amazing show, but this is my take on it.
Yeah, cool. Like, I love like anything that is like a cartoon, like say, well, there's a black Spider-Man, so I was gonna say like Spider-Man, for instance, like, but there's Miles Morales, who's a black Spider-Man, but there's so many different you know, Caucasian world like Marvel superheroes and DC superheroes, and it's really cool to see like these like different, you know, spins on different cultures and these different, you know, roles, like having even like a black Katniss Everdeen, you know, even though she's not DC, but you know, having her as like a black person or Indian person, or you know, just different diversities. It's just really cool to see that, because it's like, dude, yeah, like cosplay is out here, we can do this, you know.
Exactly. And it's about the details of the costume. It's not necessarily about the race too.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, speaking of cosplay, because this just brought an idea to my head. I mean, you guys are talking about so much empowering things. I'm surprised none of you two said, well, I was a sexy nurse for Halloween and that was my favorite costume. Or like, I was a sexy Indian at like 8 years old, because I swear, like, it's getting real crazy with these sexy costumes, honestly, for me.
It really is, though.
I mean, I like it when it's on like a grown-ass woman. I don't like it when it's like on a little kid. It is fucking terrible. But speaking of sexy, it kind of reminds me of this like story that comes to mind. Like this one time for Halloween, it was literally the World Series. I was at this bar, and pretty much it's the bar that, you know, that's like literally like not too far from my job. And like I'm with my friend, you know, we're just there because we're watching the Dodgers game. He's a Dodgers fan. I'm not, so fuck the Dodgers. I hope they lose the World Series for anybody that gets triggered. Anyway.
You would be like a bunch of people in your DMs. What do you mean?
By the way, go Yankees. But anyway, we're at this bar and we're just watching the game. So the Dodgers lose that game, of course. We decide to kick back, drink some beers. We end up talking to some girls and what have you that was just at the bar for whatever reason. So we just sitting there talking to them, and then they leave. So me and him, we're just kicking back. Sure enough, later on in the night, we start seeing people in costumes coming in. So we're confused for a second. We're like, what the fuck? So we're like, okay, whatever. They're just probably coming in here to pregame.
Right.
Sure enough, there start to become droves of people coming through with costumes. And we're like, what the hell? And then sure enough, we see a fucking DJ come in, start setting up on top of the bar. And then we're like, what the fuck is going on? So we end up finding out that this bar that we're at, it does parties on weekends. So basically, like, because it's a college bar, so it's like it's on Thursday, which is college night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I believe they do it on Sundays too, but I'm not too sure. They pretty much have like this whole like, you know, college party night and what have you. So this is our first time being in there, and we're like, oh, that's dirt fuck in there. So we're all confused as shit, like what's going on. Sure enough, I mean, we end up staying for a while. You know, I called up one of my other homeboys. He came through. Actually, it was Spencer the Gamer, by the way. So he came through. We at the party, and whenever Spencer comes through, I mean, whenever me and Spencer are together, it's a hell of a party. So we go through. We have a good ass time. We meet people. We're just like talking to people. We're talking to like, you know, the dudes that go there. We're talking to the girls that are over there. Like, hey, what's up? Like, you know. Sure enough, like. One of my friends, he gets cut off, but he didn't know he was getting cut off because they were changing like the times and whatever, because it was like a 2-for-1 thing going on. And since they were stopping the 2-for-1, they want people to, you know, close out their tabs. So he thought he was being closed out because he got too drunk.
Oh.
So he didn't end up drinking the rest of the night. So what happened was I got drunk that night. And what was funny was like, you know, I'm having myself a good ass time. We leave the fucking bar. Like, we're there till closing. We leave the bar. We go to like Domino's Pizza, which is like literally right across the street from the bar. So apparently, and I don't remember this. I remember part of this, but it's so funny to me because my friends tell me this all the time. They like, yeah, man, you was doing this and you was doing that. So like, apparently, while we was at Domino's Pizza, there was this girl that was there. So I was talking to her, and she was dressed up in like a slutty nurse outfit or whatever. And so, so apparently, I was talking to her. I don't know what I said that wooed her, but at some point, we were just like hugged up together, and I guess like after we were all hugged up, she went on her way. And it was funny because like they told me like, oh man, like they tell me like this like all the time, like whenever we talk about this story, and it's so funny to me. I mean, I probably shouldn't be mentioning this story on here, but fucking whatever, it's funny as hell.
YOLO.
Yeah,
True.
but it's like each time when they tell me the story, I was sitting there like, what do you mean we was hugged up together? And they're like, yeah, man, y'all was hugged up together. Y'all look like so perfect, like the perfect couple, whatever. And I was like, wait a minute, y'all telling me we was hugged up together and she was okay with it? Like, because I couldn't believe it for a second. I'm just sitting there like, what was going on? And they was like, oh yeah, she was real nice too, dog. She was dressed up like a slutty nurse and everything. And I was just like, bro, why y'all
But you
didn't
know
tell
that
me?
she doesn't even dress like that on a daily basis. So that's the thing
Yeah.
about Halloween.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
we well,
you
of
don't
course
know what
I
people
know.
really look like.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
But that story is still funny to me to this day. Hey, slutty nurse, if you're listening to this, you know.
What's up with the
Oh,
dishes?
wow.
You need the dishes that night.
No.
No,
Yeah,
let me
I
slide
don't
in the
recall
DMs.
too many slutty costumes on my part. I think I remember like my own like slutty version of a costume, and it's still nerdy. But it was back in college, of course, you know, where the slutty costumes are like whatever.
I'm
But
just
the game
like,
Five Nights at Freddy's was a big thing. So I
Yeah.
was the slutty Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's. So I had like a red tight dress on, and then I don't know if I had a pirate hat. No, I didn't have a pirate hat, but I had like little fox ears, the eye patch, and then the hook. And then my boyfriend at the time was Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's. And yeah, I wish we had the entire crew so it makes sense.
yeah.
But no, it was just the two of us. But that was really fun.
You know what? When you were saying like you was slutty and nerdy at the same time, I was sitting there like, what do you mean? How do you put that together? But you know what? If you said something like slutty Velma, I mean, I would have been like, okay, I get it, you know. But since you said slutty Foxy, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense now, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't the typical. See, that's what I like about like with my Halloween costumes. I like doing like a current pop culture reference type of thing for the most part.
Yeah.
Unless it was just like a. So I think that was like a fun spin. But then again, like everyone was kind of confused with my costume too, especially the drunk college students, because they're like, okay, she's a fox pirate.
All right, so you guys, so for our special Halloween event, I wanted to have like some fun with y'all today. So I wanted to have like a couple of games going on. So I got a game, and I asked my guests to bring some games too, you know, just to kind of make this fun. And, you know, for those that are not watching the video version, don't worry about like not being able to see or know what the games are. This is all completely auditory, so don't worry. You guys will definitely be in the loop of like how these games are gonna go. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna start off with my game first, and Dimi is gonna go off with her game. So the first game I want to start off with is this or that. So it's kind of like a what you prefer type game. So I'm gonna give you two ladies a scenario, and we're all gonna pretty much participate and answer, no matter how bad or demeaning these games get. You know, it's all about participation. So yeah, so we're gonna start off with this or that. I'm gonna give you two choices, and you're gonna pick one, and you're gonna say why. All right.
Okay.
So first off, we're gonna start off with is worst candy to get: candy corn or black licorice?
Ooh, black licorice. For sure. Yeah, hands down, black licorice. That's the worst.
Why black licorice?
It's just disgusting to me. I don't know. It just reminds me of just tar, and that's the first thing I think of.
Yeah.
Have you ever drank a Jaeger before?
Yes,
Yeah,
and I
I
hate it.
have. I like Jaeger. I could do a couple shots of Jaeger, no problem. But for whatever reason, I can't fuck with black licorice. It's weird, and it's the same taste. It's the same
It
taste.
literally is the same.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
do you
I
do?
can't do Jaeger. Like, no, the first time I ever had it, I like gagged right away.
Okay, do you do the Jaeger straight, like straight shots, or do you do the Jaeger bombs? Because I could do the Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs are good.
Jaeger
I
bombs.
can't do either.
I could do like a straight shot of Jaeger because I've done a few shots of Jaeger before. And a couple like with the gatherings that I've gone to. Not now clearly, but during in like my past. And I have had like Jaeger shots, and they're not too bad. I actually have in my one of my videos, I went to like a German bar, and I was really surprised that I didn't know it was a German bar. So I was kind of going in there like, okay, is this gonna be like a scene out of like Inglourious Bastards or some shit? Like, what's going on?
You know,
right?
I would
Like,
really love to be in that scene where they're playing that game where you have to guess like who they are.
Yeah.
I've played that before at my job. It's so damn fun, but I want to do it at a real party where you actually have to drink. You
Yeah,
know?
that would be cool. Definitely, that would be super cool. Definitely, I know. Yeah, that I went, and it was cool because the reason why I got the shot is because the lady who I was cool with, I forget her name at this moment right now, it's blanking me, but she is a diehard Linkin Park fan, and I am a like diehard too Linkin Park fan. And I mean, there's different variations of Linkin Park fans, people who know every fucking fact ever of Linkin Park, and I don't know every single fact of Linkin Park. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not psychotic like level Linkin Park, but I love Linkin Park. You know, definitely LP Soldier right here. But I got a shot with her because I noticed her necklace and it said LP, and I was like Linkin Park LP, or and it did have a symbol, but I was like, you know, it could be something else. So I asked her, I said, are you a Linkin Park fan? And she's like, actually, nobody's ever asked me that, but yeah. And it was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. I'm a Linkin Park fan too. And so
That's really dope.
yeah, so I was like, what? How ironic. And then like the guy who we were hanging out with, it was like me and my friends, we were talking about films, and we were like trying to get them in as actors at the time. And he had met Chester before he had passed away at one time, like literally in the studio with Chester. I was like, dude, how? Like, that's amazing. So that was really cool. And so it was like all this like synchronicities and shit. And she had a big ass Linkin Park tattoo on her leg, and I just was like, dude, I'm fucking jealous. Like, I would love my first tattoo would have been a Linkin Park tattoo, but of course my mom made me promise I would never get a Linkin Park, like any tattoo, so I never got a tattoo, period. So but long story short, anyway, I took a Jaeger shot. She got me a free shot, whatever. And we took it together, and it was a Jaeger shot. And so yeah, I could take Jaeger straight, but I can't deal with licorice like that shit. Or I guess maybe it's the instance of like it's the shot, so you just swallow it and it just goes in, and there's nothing you can do. It just goes in, it's fine, whatever, it's taken care of. But like with the licorice, like it's in your teeth and it's sitting in your tongue. It's just like it's just I just no, I don't want it in my mouth that long. Like gross. I can't.
All right. Most iconic horror diva, Elvira or Morticia Adams?
Ooh.
That is deep.
That's good.
That's a good one.
I'll just say Elvira.
Elvira?
Yeah, no, because she's like everywhere, definitely. But man, that's really neck and neck.
That's right up there. That's like some tough competition right there, because I love both. Like I have an Elvira shirt in my closet right now.
Damn, I'm
And
kind of
how-
jealous. I'm kind of jealous.
I'm telling you, like, how I even came across that shirt was I went to Hot Topic with my best friend, and I wasn't even gonna get anything. I swear, I came in there like, but it's a trick because every time you go to Hot Topic, you know you're gonna spend some cash, guaranteed. So, I like, especially if they have their shirt sales, like, forget about it. You're gonna get like at least 10 of them joints before you leave. Like, so. I came to the store. It was around Christmas time, had some extra money or whatever. And again, had no intention to spend anything. But they had a shirt sale, buy one, get 150 or something like that. I got a Scooby Natural shirt, like all these shirts. And there was an Elvira shirt, and like she's like, Elvira's sexy, she got her boobs
Oh
out and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And so,
Oh yeah, babe.
yeah, total babe, like total gorgeous. And so like I was like, I mean, am I sending the wrong idea if I like wear this shirt? Because the shirt is like a sexy shirt of her, right? Right. And I was like, but I'm like, I'm a horror fan and I love Elvira. Like, who the fuck does not love Elvira as a horror fan, and like a gothic person, a black person who's into gothic. You fucking fuck with Elvira, like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that shirt and I was like, I had like a choice between that and like a Michael Myers shirt and some other wrestling shirt that I had my eye on. And I was like, I'm getting the Elvira shirt. And my friend was like, dude, I don't care. Just get a shirt because we've been in here for like an hour. Like, seriously, let's just go. Like, but yeah, so I bought that. It was a good little find. But yeah, I love when Hot Topic has their sales. But yeah, I would say Elvira. But I love my girl Morticia. I love the original vintage Morticia, like the black and white one. I like the new, the newer modern 90s one, Morticia. They're amazing. Both of them did an amazing job playing Morticia Adams.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I would say I'm still sticking with Elvira because I feel like she's a great horror icon, like a general, it's for the community type of thing. Whereas like Morticia is a little bit more mainstream. So for that little technicality, I would still have to say Elvira.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good point.
All right.
Yes.
Best horror movie food. Pizza or popcorn?
Oh, I would say popcorn. Because here's the thing. When you're
you gotta explain.
depending on the horror movie you're watching, especially if it's like gory, I don't want to see like the red sauce in my pizza.
Good point. Good
point. With
Good point. That's such a good point.
I don't know. I think I'm choosing pizza over the popcorn. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't want all that cholesterol.
Me? Man, like I would say again, it's a tie. It depends because if I'm at a theater, which is not going to happen for a long time, sadly, but if I'm current times, but if I'm at a theater, I would choose popcorn because I don't really like theater pizza for whatever part. I just feel like they're even. I have to be hungry. I haven't eaten all day, and I'm just like, dude, I don't care. I want the mozzarella sticks, the pizza, like, and I have money to do it. Like, yeah, like I'm gonna do it up. But the theater food is not that good usually, and so the safe bet is the popcorn and the ice cream, icy, whatever, and so and what have you. So those are their safe bets. But when you're hungry, it's like the mozzarella sticks look pretty freaking good, and that pizza, make it happen, But when you're at home, especially that all of us have been at home for a while, right? A lot of staying at home, being safe. I would say a good pizza night with some Stella Black Rose wine. Oh my God, it's so popping, like the best. It's actually that's the plans tonight, actually. So after our podcast sesh, it's gonna be some pizza, some black Stella Rose wine, Day of the Dead special limited edition. That's how you know you're a Stella Rose fan, right? And have a good ass night. Yes. So yeah,
all right.
I'd probably say pizza with that. Definitely.
All right, your shittier franchise, The Conjuring series or Paranormal Activity?
Oh, I am hurt as a horror.
I'm sorry. This is almost personal.
Yeah, it's painful. Like, so I feel like the parent as far as paranormal activity goes, I have like a personal love with that because of I was like one of the fans to bring it towards the Inland Empire because they had this contest, whatever, was like demand this movie to come to you guys' theaters. And we didn't have it out for a while. So I demanded it. And I was like one of the fans out of a bunch of them. Towards the end of the first film, if you watch all the way towards the end, they have tons of people's like names at the end of the credits. And one of the prizes was if we demanded it, you would have your name in that movie. And if you watch it at the end, like the credits, like the DVD credits, whatever, like your name is in there if you did it. So my name is in there. So
Oh, cool.
I know, I was like, hell yeah. So I was
That's
like,
amazing.
Right. Yeah. So thank you. That was fucking cool. So I have a really great memory with Paranormal Activity. And I would say, what was the other choice?
So I take it that you're calling The Conjuring the shittiest franchise.
Well, here's the thing. The Conjuring is excellent, right? Like I'm obsessed with the
Okay,
storytelling.
I would give them like the 2 movies, but come on, like the Annabelle's hit or miss.
Yeah.
The Nun, shit.
Yeah,
Curse
the
of
Nun
William
is shit. The
shit.
Nun is shit. Absolute shit. When I watched The Nun, I watched it at like work, whatever, because at the time, sometimes when you're at my job with how I work, where I work, it's set up a certain point where you could watch movies and kind of still do your job, whatever. So like I watched The Nun and I was really excited to watch it, and it was so shitty. I was like, dude, no, like this movie has so much potential. Like why? Like I
Did it
love
really?
because of the makeup, like in the when they first introduced us to The Nun, it was like, oh shit, that's fucking fucked up and scary. Like yeah, like hell yeah, I'm excited for the spinoff. But then they fucked it up. It was horrible. It made no sense. It was stupid. But the and the Annabelle's is just like, all right, man, like how many times are you gonna drag this on? Because you're dragging it now. Because it's like the last one I watched it, The Homecoming, and I was like, there were certain things that were good. There are certain things that were bad, but I definitely still hands down expected a better movie. I felt like they could have gone towards the Wolfman case, the real case, like because these things are real events, like in a different angle. Like, don't give us the werewolf. Like, I know that's what the case is, but it's like you could have gone a different way. Like, I just feel like they trying to mix the vintage werewolf Wolfman story with the modern times, and the way they did it, it was like, no, that's not that's not what I signed up to see this movie for, you know. So I would have to agree, the first 2 were excellent, but the other ones I was like, I was expecting better. So then my choice would be the shitty ones right now would be The Conjuring in that case.
You know what? You changed my argument, because one thing I do like about The Conjuring though is kind of like the source material. However, I think they should stick closer to the source material because it is like creepy, and it would be really nice to see that come to life more. But and like honestly, like when all the Paranormal Activities were coming out, with the exception of like 2 films or 2 or 3 of them, I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, another one. But now thinking back to like how there's The Conjuring's more hit or miss, I have to say like The Conjuring is a shittier one.
Yeah, definitely.
Although Paranormal is just as shitty. I mean,
it is just as shitty though, and it is just as
it's literally like an hour of seeing shit move.
Shit. Yeah,
and then like in the last 30 minutes, that's where real shit happens.
It's so true.
It's
and there's like a lot of times where like the previews are like better than the actual movie.
The previews
literally the best.
True.
Those,
True.
They be having the audience members just jumping in like, oh
yeah,
my god. I'm sitting
They
there
beefed
watching
it
it.
up. They beefed it up so much. They did. Like they be hyped. That's one of those movies that I talked about. Like on one of the things I blogged about was like a meme or something that it was the scariest movie that anybody has ever seen or something like that. Audience is saying it's the scariest movie ever. And it like Mask ones, I liked it. Okay, it grew on me, but it still wasn't just like disturbing like that. I would say there were certain things that were disturbing about it. There's certain other disturbing things of the last one. The first one, hands down, was the fucking best out of all of them. But the last, I would say Dimension, I really did not like Dimension until I watched it again. And the only reason why it grew on me is because it's more realistic. Like, and the only reason why it's realistic is because of the stuff that I know about now, like all these like different supposed possible dimensions and shit like that like fucks with me if I think about it too hard. So I'm just like, well, so that's fucking scary, because now we're talking about something totally different now. But I'm just like, yeah, that one was pretty scary. But again, like the first one was the best. Like, what? That was crazy. The fucking powder on the floor and shit, corny.
Yeah.
But it was
Wait,
good.
was that the one with what's the one with like this kind of like the origin story with like the sisters? Which one was that?
Oh, that's the second one.
That's the second one.
That's the second one.
That's the first one I've seen. And
That
that one,
was
I liked
that
that
one was kind of crazy.
Cool. I had to rewatch it, but I remember liking that one.
Yeah, I
That
like
one was probably the best one.
Yeah,
the second one was good. That second one was, the first one was more like original, like the introduction. It was good. It was like, oh, okay, this is like a series of films that they're gonna do. Second one, I would say, yeah, definitely is the better one. I would say in that case, because man, when Toby like snatched up the little girl and was like holding her like this, and then the little girl was like, ah, like she was just like, that shit was so scary. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and I think that one's like even more scary because it's like, okay, it's little kids, they think it's like a imaginary friend, and then it's like, holy shit, that's like
it's real. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, they were pretty cool. Pretty cool. Definitely. Good question. I like that one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was my gang. So yeah, that was the last one.
All right.
So Dimi, I'm gonna let you have the floor with your game. So can you tell the audience what your game is, and yeah, just let them know how it breaks down.
Sure thing. So, honey, if you are watching this, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna watch it, talking to my boyfriend.
Yeah, small disclaimer.
Just to let you know, yeah, just to let you know, I'm totally gonna marry fucking and definitely not kill you. You know, I love you, so there's no point in killing you. But this is just a game, so we're gonna play hypothetically, right? Okay, so all shits and giggles here. You know how that goes. So, okay, so we're gonna play marry. It's marry, kill, and fuck, right? Or is it marry, fuck, and kill? Yeah, marry.
Either way.
Either way.
Someone's getting married, someone's getting fucked, and someone's getting killed.
Right, exactly. Those three words. So I'm going to choose first three females that I think is totally fucked up and twisted for Walt, and then I'm gonna go with Meg next, and I'm gonna pick three males that I would choose for her. And then, you know, we'll go round a couple of times of this. So, all right. So, Walt, the females that I have for you, are you ready for this?
I am waiting.
Okay. All right. So, I got, is it Raven? I can't, like, I have, like, Bear on the brain now. Is it Raven from The Exorcist? Is that her name? Raven? It's Raven, right? Raven.
Oh, Reagan.
Reagan.
Yeah,
I don't know why I kept saying Raven.
I know. You did Inception. I was thinking Raven also. I was like, and then I was thinking of Raven from Teen Titans.
Yeah. Why did I keep thinking that name? So weird. Okay, so we have Reagan. That's gonna be one of the choices. We're gonna do
okay, this is turning weird.
It's already fucked up, right? Yeah, gotta do fucked up. The most fucked up, the better. So right, we got Reagan, as a first choice, we got Lady Misery, the lady who plays the female in Misery, female lead in
Okay.
Misery.
Okay, so
And
Kathy Bates.
yeah, Kathy Bates, who's a phenomenal actress. Love her in American Horror Story. And I will have to go with the nun from Conjuring.
Well, yeah, you really did give me some fucked up choices.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I'm gonna have to say I would have to kill Reagan because one, I mean, if we're going by, the actual characters, Reagan is a kid, so
That's true. That's so true.
he's already out of the choices.
That's true.
So yeah,
Unless if you're talking about like The Exorcist 2, I believe, where she's like older but still like.
That's true.
I mean,
Here now, right? Totally.
I mean, either way, most people relate her to the first Exorcist.
The kid, yeah.
So automatically, she's already killed in my book.
Exactly. Right.
Plus,
right.
she's possessed by the devil, you know?
Yeah, so technically she's old as fuck. So there's that. That's why I kind of was looking at it that way, because the devil's ancient or some shit. So supposedly.
Yeah. So yeah, automatically she's killed. Yeah. So people hate me because I'm a child killer now. But fuck and Mary. These are not some good suitors. I guess I will probably fuck the nun. Just because, just because. And I guess I will marry Lady Misery because I guess she will treat me right. I mean, she's a crazy bitch, but she will actually give me
She's loyal.
She's loyal. She'll return my phone calls. She'll return my texts. She won't leave me on red. She'll make me a 3-course meal, and she'll make sure that I'm comfortable. And
Right.
best part, if I don't act right, she'll drug me up and probably take off my foot. So yeah.
Fair enough.
So
Fair
yeah.
enough. Very. She'll hobble you. She'll
Hobble me if I act up. So there's gonna be some act right in my system.
Okay. Good choices. All right. So Meg, I would say your choices are Jack from The Shining.
Okay.
And stuntman Jack from Death Proof. It's kind of a horror. It's more of a thriller, but it could be horror too.
It still counts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say, and the last would be, I had it in my mind just now. Dear God. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm blanking out. Sorry. Brain. What is it? Bear. Drinking too much berry now. Oh, God, I had it in my hand. Oh, Kane wrestling, Kane, but he had a role in evil. What is it?
See no evil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the latter, so maybe another one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
You haven't seen No Evil? See No Evil's fucked up. It's so crazy. Okay. All right.
I need to see it, but I haven't seen it yet.
This is not too bad. All right. So, okay. In that case, let's do. Oh, okay. We'll do these 3 Jacks.
Okay.
So, first one is gonna be Jack from The Shining.
Okay.
Stuntman Jack and Jack the Ripper, because there is a horror film on Jack the Ripper.
Okay. There we go.
Wow, the prostitute killer?
Yeah, who is allegedly a female, supposedly, but we don't know yet. There's some people who think it's a female or a male, but there are some people who say that it's possibly a male, but I'm going to say male in this series.
No
That
problem.
must have been one angry bitch to be killing all them prostitutes.
Right.
Damn, somebody did her wrong. Somebody did her
dirty.
Maybe her husband was visiting one
That's
too many
true.
whores. So
And she was like, I'm gonna kill every single one of them.
Right.
I mean, with that backstory, I would probably F her, but but then she'll probably kill me.
Right.
I'm a prostitute. So I would have to kill. I'll have to kill her. And then oh shoot. Man, man, they're all crazy though.
I know.
Now you know how I feel.
Because I was about to say marry Jack from The Shining, but you know how that turned out.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Toward the end there.
Yeah, towards the end. So I would F him and then I'll marry the Jack from Death Proof. But are you talking about like Stuntman Mike? Is that his name?
Oh, Stuntman Mike. What did I say? Stuntman Jack? Yeah, Stuntman Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, it still counts. Stuntman Mike, if I get on his good side, he would probably not kill me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, was there a Jack in this? I was like,
yeah, you know what I think? I'm thinking of his I think there's like, I don't know how to say the last name. It's like Jack's Nietzsche or something like that. It's like a kind of a weird German European last name. And there's a song that's like in the beginning of the Death Proof film that I think it's like Jack Nietzsche, and I listen to it all the time. It's a pretty cool song, and it's just the intro song. It's like that.
Gotcha.
Oh
yeah.
So
intro.
I think that's what I was mixing.
It's all good. That's beer brain.
My bad.
But no, Stuntman Mike, I'll probably marry Stuntman Mike. Just as long as I get on his good side, it's fine.
Fair enough. I like that. Okay.
Because also he'll be one of those ones, like I feel like if, you know, he fucks me, he's gonna kill me after. Be like, hey, let's drive in my car. And then because you can tell he's a perv and wants to like get with someone and then kill them. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, good choices. Great choices.
Wait, so what were the fuck, marry, kills? Because I kind of lost track a bit.
Okay, so you said that for the first one it was the nun, and then
No. What was Megan's choices?
My choices. So okay, so I would fuck Jack from The Shining.
Okay.
I would marry Stuntman Mike, and then I would kill Jack the Reaper.
Okay.
Jack the Jacqueline.
Okay, Jack the
easily.
Jacqueline. All right, gotcha. All right, we're good.
Round two.
I'm waiting
Have
for this.
you seen The Coven? The Coven from American Horror Story.
I have seen The Coven.
Okay, so now we're getting into some sexy bitches now, some sexy ass queens now. All right.
Okay, I was waiting for this one.
Yeah, too wrong. All right, so now we have Jessica Lange's character. She is the supreme. We have,
wait, you said this was gonna be sexy. You said
I think Jessica Lange is so sexy.
I've seen her in that season. She's hot.
I've seen her in that season, but it's still Jessica Lange. And you know, when Caitlyn Jenner made her transition, people were saying like Jenner looks like Jessica Lange. And when I saw it, I was like, this is not good. This is not good.
All right, so in that case.
No, but you can keep her. You can keep her in there. You can keep
Jessica
her.
Lange? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with Jessica Lange. I still like Jessica Lange.
All right. So Jessica Lange. Let's do Sarah Paulson. And oh my God, Angela Bassett.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, damn. I feel sorry for killing one of them now.
I know.
Well, I'm sorry, Jessica. I'm gonna have to kill you. So
she was going first one. I already knew.
Now, marry and fuck could go either or. Sadly, so I guess I'm gonna probably marry Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, she's a bad one. Love Sarah Paulson.
Because I got a little thing for her.
Yeah, she's a bad one, man. She's amazing.
Pause on that one.
Facts.
But yeah, and then I guess I'm fucking Angela Bassett. So
hell yeah.
Go, yeah.
Baddest. Hell yeah. Angela Bassett is so banging. Oh my God. Like, what the hell? How do you, honestly, how you keep up with yourself like that,
I
man?
Exactly.
mean,
She's like in her
Crazy.
70s now, right? Like 60s,
Yeah.
70s. She looks so good.
She looks
that's crazy.
phenomenal.
She looks the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Age a day. Like, damn, man. Show me the
But
ropes.
that's the same thing with Holly Berry.
See,
Yeah.
that part. Ooh.
Halle Berry's like in her 50s. Yeah, looks great.
Ageless. Like, damn, like show me the ropes. Y'all be just like ageless. Y'all ain't aging for shit at all. This crazy.
Shoot,
Crazy.
Holly Berry needs to show me the ropes too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Some
good.
different kind of ropes. Good choices.
Sorry, the ropes to her bedroom, but I'm a chill.
Some rough stuff. Some rough shit.
So, that part.
Okay, for sure. All right. So now we move to Meg. And I'm gonna do kind of like thriller, horror, gore, like TV series. So Dexter,
Okay.
Lucifer, and Klaus from the originals.
Okay. What was the second one again?
So Lucifer.
Lucifer.
So that's
Okay.
And the first one was Dexter, and the last one is Klaus from the originals.
Okay. I haven't seen Klaus from the originals. Okay. Okay, can you replace it with someone from the Vampire Diaries, possibly?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I know you love a Vampire Diary.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like you're a Vampire Diary fan.
Easily. Yeah.
Kind of. I'm more familiar with it.
Yeah, definitely. Damon Salvatore is easily. Yes. Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So I would fuck David from Vampire Diaries, and
Hell
then I would kill Lucifer, and I would marry Dexter, and here's why. Dexter is so damn loyal to the women that he loves. So even though he kills other people, he's gonna be loyal to his woman.
Yeah.
So like when you said Dexter, I was like, oh yeah, I already know who I'm gonna marry.
He's like a serial killer, but like a family man at the same time.
He's such
like,
a family man.
Yeah. Crazy. I love that show. That's so good. Good choices. All right. So now this is round 3.
Final round.
All right. So let's do scary movie related to Scream. Do Sydney. Okay. From Scream. And it's going to be scary movie mixed with Scream because they're kind of like, it's based off a lot of horror films, but
this should
like
be good.
Yeah. So
this is definitely good. You're piquing my interest right now.
We here. So Sydney, I would say, and some scary movie. Who is the girl who plays? Who's Brad? What's his name? From oh my God, I can't think of his name. Chris Pratt's ex-wife. What's her name from House Bunny or Bunny House, whatever movie?
Oh, Anna Faris.
Anna Faris, okay. Anna Faris from Scary Movie, or the other Regina actress.
Regina Hall.
Yeah, thank you, Regina Hall.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. You told me a no-brainer. When it comes to Regina Hall, that is Mary all the way.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
Married all the way. So
gorgeous.
When you said it's gonna be a mix of scary movie and Scream, I was like, oh, I hope that's Regina Hall. And for the audience listening out there, you know, that can't see the visuals, I am rubbing my hands together like Birdman right now. So
Yes.
like yeah, definitely I am marrying Regina Hall. And that's just it ain't even no question about that, you know.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous. She's like, her eyes are so stunning, and like she's funny, but then she's like a serious actor too. She's great. She made like a lot of like the Scream movies hilarious. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah. Okay, now this is where the difficult part comes in.
Because Anna Faris, we learned, could be hot from House Bunny. So
Yeah.
She can. I haven't seen the movie, but she can. She has her moments. But I'm gonna have to say I might have to kill her.
For some of her most recent cinematic choices, I would have to agree with you.
Yeah, really, it hasn't been tutored.
So I am fucking Nev Campbell, but I hope she wears that, skirt that she wore in the craft when we're doing the thing. So
Yeah, for real.
so the choices are definitely Mary Regina Hall, fuck Nev Campbell, but she gotta wear the outfit from the craft.
Bring all that to the set right here.
Yeah, and kill Anna Faris.
Fair enough. Okay. So now we move to Meg. This is the third and final scenario here. The third and final round. And I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm like stuttering. It's like the brain is like sleep and
it's okay.
alcohol to make sure. Okay. So let's start with Jaws, my famous, and y'all know, whoever follows me on Black Rose Love Horror too, Jaws is my favorite. Like, I love Nightmare, but Jaws, ooh, like I love sharks. I just adore them. I think they're the cutest little things ever, right? And everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, why?
Is that be the shark?
Yeah. So no, not Bruce.
Oh, Bruce.
No, that's bestiality. That's
Are you
another topic.
asking me if I want to fuck, marry, kill a shark?
No, it's all that would be crazy.
I hope that's not one of the questions, because I had to deal with a child and I had to kill a child.
No. But technically, she's a demon possessed, so technically you're saved in that one. In age.
Either way, she's still a kid.
That's true. It's true. Yeah, can't go anywhere.
They still gonna be like, she's still 14, bro.
I know, it's so true. It's true. Oh my god.
I mean, I'm still going like, she's still 14, bro. Like,
it's true.
She gotta die.
Poor baby.
She can't say some shit like, yeah, I'll suck your cock till it bleeds or some shit.
I
Like,
know.
no, I'm gonna just be like, no, you gotta die right now.
Right. Just die.
You're a demon inside of a little kid. Yeah, just
real. Like,
one shot to the head.
Right. Take this. For real. Man. Okay, for sure. So the three men on the Orca on Jaws, I would say out of those three choices, who would you fuck, marry, and kill on those three choices?
Okay. Oh, that's hard. Because I don't remember like all of their names, but I remember the captain of the ship was so freaking annoying. So
Yeah.
kill.
Yeah. An asshole. He was.
And then everyone else I would either fuck or marry, because I don't remember their other names, but just the captain just needs to go.
Yeah, he's fucked up. He's horrible. There's something wrong with him, for sure. Definitely. Good choice. I would say I would marry, if it were me in that case, I would marry the police officer, of course, and I would I would fuck, God, the biologist, I guess, right? And definitely kill the captain. He gotta go. Fuck him. He's an asshole. But he didn't deserve to die like that, though. Damn, that's a fucked up way to go. Like, Josh is like, I'm gonna just take this meal right here and cut you off in half. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Dimi, for this lovely game, All right, how about this? I got a fuck, marry, kill scenario.
Sure.
And it deals with, like, all the big-time horror dudes. So, here's your scenarios. It is very fucked up. Your scenarios are, and both of you could get involved with this one if you want.
Okay.
Your scenarios are Chucky, Pinhead, and Jason.
That was
Which
fucked up,
version of
definitely.
Chucky are we talking about?
We're talking about the first Chucky.
Okay.
The one that will actually call you a bitch and just punch your lights out afterwards.
Right. The abusive ass Chucky. Man. They're all abusive, technically.
I'm thinking way too much into this, and I don't want to even say that on YouTube. The Chucky thing. So I had to kill Chucky. I would, because I was just like, this is not gonna work. Like, not even the bride of Chucky. Like, I can't.
Small. Me working with this, I can't fuck with you.
I can't. Like, I don't even care if he's actually like a man in an adult's body. I can't. No. Even if I get turned into an adult, I just can't. No.
Right. Yeah. No. Definitely not. Hell no. First of all, he probably don't even have a thing, first of all. And he's even that size. So it's probably just melted down like nasty. Like, no. Gross.
Oh, come on now. That Ken doll actually made a child. You know?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
He told her he was made of all rubber.
Poor Chucky. Yeah, he got to go 100% off the bat. I would say, as far as, so Chucky would be killed for me. I would definitely, I would fuck Pinhead because he's into some kinky ass shit.
Right.
Right. You know, he's into some kinky shit. So, all right. I can fuck with that one, literally.
You'll mess with like the LaMerch's box. All he does is appear in your room with like his nips all out, talking about, I got such sights to show you.
Right. Like, okay, I see what you're working with. I'm getting that ass over here. I would say I definitely would marry, you said Jason, right?
Yeah, I said Jason.
Yeah, I would marry Jason because I could possibly make Jason a softie somehow. Like, I don't know. Like, I would try to make him like somehow, you know, be obsessed, how he's obsessed with his mom. Like, I would like make him obsessed with me in the same way.
Oh, but he's a mama's boy.
The same thing, because you know he's loyal.
He is, you know, he's a one-woman man. Like, ooh.
Oh, this is too funny.
This is awesome.
And on that note, you guys, we are going to take a break right back. We will come back for some more fun for this party, this cool Halloween event. So like you should say in a scary movie. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And we are back. We're going to go ahead and segue into our next game, which is Click It or Skip It. And in this segment, we are going to, I am going to give you girls a couple of movies that I have watched personally. And I don't know if you've seen it or not, but just going based on what you know about it, whether you've seen it or not, going based on what you know, you can either click it or skip it. And give me your reasons why. All right?
Okay.
I am going to start with the first one. Lords of Salem. Click it or skip it.
I saw the previews, and this is like a while ago. This is when we like still had like VHS. I think didn't Lords of Salem come out when we still had Blockbusters technically around? I could almost swear that we had actual video stores still around when Lords of Salem came out.
Well, I mean, Blockbusters technically didn't go on until like 2012, if you really think about it.
So then we still had it around. But the reason why I say it is because it was one of the previews that would come on, like, you know, you rent a DVD or whatever, and they would promote like whatever new movies were coming out soon at theaters and stuff. And I remember seeing it on that, and I was like, I liked her makeup and stuff like that. I think the styling and the wardrobe was pretty cool, but then like I actually wanted to watch it. It looked kind of cool to something that I would watch as a horror film, but I never got around to watching it. And just because I just know what kind of director Rob Zombie is, he's just not my favorite director. He just really isn't. I never got a chance to really sit down and watch it. So I would say skip it.
I would say I would skip it because Rob Zombie.
Fair enough. All right. The Devil All the Time. This is the movie with Tom Holland, Bill Skarsgård, and what's his name? Robert Pattinson.
The newer one, right? On Netflix?
Yeah, that's on Netflix. I just watched it recently. Fucked up movie, by the way.
Oh, that movie! I wanted to see that, so click it.
Yeah, I would say click it too, just because of the trailer that I was watching. Was like, fuck, this sounds like some like a mix of like I can't think of the movie that I would mix it with, like hybrid wise, but the top movie that I would mix it and that it's like reminding me of is what is the Daniel Day-Lewis movie with, he's like, I'll drink your milkshake.
There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, There Will Be Blood.
That's a great movie.
Me of that. Yeah.
I just want to see it because there is this clip on Twitter making fun of Robert Pattinson's accent and how he didn't have a dialect coach and stuff. And I was just like, that is so funny. They were like, this man's speaking a curse. It was so funny. And I was just like, okay. And then I realized really that they were in that movie. I was like, you know what? I would check this out just because of Rob Pattinson's accent.
Yeah, his accent is really bad in this movie. And while I was watching it, even though it didn't deter me from watching the rest of the movie, all I could think was like, damn, that's a really bad accent. Like, why does he sound like that?
Whoever directed that, I'm sure he asked for it, like, you have to sound like this. And I'm sure Robert was like, okay, you say so. Like, cool.
All right. Next one. Jordan Peele's Us.
Oh, click it. Click it.
Yeah.
No hesitation. So I take
it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love it.
Wow, I'm actually surprised. A lot of people hated that film.
I loved it. I mean, it's so good. See, this is why I think people hated it, because it is so deep on different levels, and it's not just like fed to you on a platter like Get Out was.
Yeah.
I really liked it a lot. Like, it blew me away.
It's weird because when I watched Get Out by myself, it was when I do these dates where I just kind of just treat myself and I go out and kind of just take myself out on a date, so to speak. And I was one of those days where I treated myself to like Lucille's and treated myself to a movie. And that was one of the movies that was out at the time. So I was like, fuck yeah, I would see this movie. So I went and watched it. And the first time I watched it, excellent. I was like, fuck, I'm kind of scared to go home right now. I don't know why. I was living in Upland at the time. I was like, I don't know. All right, hopefully I'm safe. And so so the second time that I watched it, I watched like a review on it, and it was really like these breakdown reviews on these films that tell you these details of that you totally just, it goes over your head because there's so much going on in the film. And I was like, wow, like what beautiful breakdowns. Like it was like, the black mold in the basement, what that represents and things like that. I was like, holy shit, like wow. Yeah, so stuff, I really like things like that, like subliminal things like that, because it's like super poetic, So
And it's one of those movies where you find something new each time you watch it. That's why, like, I don't really buy too many movies, but that's one of the movies that I actually bought because I was like, I want to continue watching this over and over again and discover something new.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was it was like a poetic film, great horror film. It was like, damn, Jordan Peele, I didn't know you had it like this. You know, we only knew him like for the, you know, the silly stuff. And then when he came out with that, even when I seen the previews, I was like, because when he came out with those previews at first, it was like Jordan Peele from, like, you know, Peele and you know, yeah, Peele was like, oh, okay, like, is this gonna be silly? Like, it looks like it doesn't look silly to me, like, you know. So everybody kind of was like, well, what's going on with this film? Is it gonna be silly or not? And when it came in the theaters finally and everybody watched it, it was like, what the fuck, Jordan Peele? Like, we didn't know you had this in your mind. Like, wow.
Yeah, that's what I loved about it, because I remember seeing like the first trailer on Facebook of Get Out, and everyone was like, oh, this is gonna be so bad, and now like universally everyone's like, this is a great movie.
Yeah, it was badass. That shit was cool. Like, he's a great director, brilliant director. And like, my favorite interview that he had was with the guy who got in a lot of trouble at the time. I think it was like Nerdist, the podcast host of that show. He got in a bunch of trouble with some old case, sexual harassment case or something, with somebody he was involved with, and it was bad. And I think he's not working with Nerdist anymore. I'm not sure what's up with that, but for a time being, he pretty much was blackballed for a while. But that interview on Nerdist with him and the podcast, that shit was awesome, because you could just go into his brain of like how he thinks, like how he's gonna like take on a horror project, and it's just like, fuck, it's awesome. Yeah. So,
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Bride of Frankenstein.
Click it.
Click it.
Classic.
All right. Joker.
Definitely click it.
Click
I
it.
know we talked about it, and I do agree with what you were saying, well, about like it was kind of like hyped a lot, but there are things that I really fell in love with that story, because I watched it coming back from Canada, and there's so many like fucking choices. It was like Once Upon a Time and Hollywood and all these choices. I love Quentin Tarantino, but I was like, I'm gonna choose Joker, and then if I have time, I'll watch once after that. But I went with Joker, and I loved just like some of the storytelling in it, and I just loved how like Arthur was like changing in certain ways and trying to figure himself out, and then bossing up and like, fuck this, like, no, like, I'm gonna just be who I want to be, you know, like, even though it was like sadistic, you know, very evil and sadistic, but I thought it was awesome though. I like Arthur as his character, and the Joker was really cool. I like the ending, the like, and then how he didn't give a fuck and just shot the guy who he's been looking up to this whole time, and Robert De Niro's character. I was like, dude, that was crazy.
Well, for me,
it was a brilliant film. Like, I watched it with my dad actually, and like both of us just had chills watching it. I was just like I actually felt myself like shaking after. I'm like, what the heck? That was so good. Yeah. And I just loved how like they just tied everything in with like the Batman universe, and you know, it's an origin story, but how they kind of like twisted it a little bit, and just like, I just thought that was so brilliant
and more realistic, because we never seen like the Batman world in that real of a level. Like, this shit was like on some mental real shit, like, you know, we
that's why it made me shake, because I'm like, dude, this could like really happen. Like, low-key it kind of is happening now.
That part, right. What were you saying, Walt? You're saying
I was saying like, the movie is cool and everything. I just didn't feel like it had like a real plot to it, you know, per se. You know, I felt like, you know, him becoming the Joker, it took all those factors that was happening to him to become the Joker, but it was like his motivation was never to be the Joker. You know, it just happened, like, just because of like a few fucked up incidents and everything.
Yeah.
So I just felt like it felt like almost like the whole being of him becoming Joker was just like almost kind of forced in a way. Like, hey, we know this guy is gonna become the Joker, so we're just gonna have this happen. But it was never like a moment where you were just like, so is he or is he not? You know, it didn't have that kind of build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand I understand that makes sense, but to me watching the film, it almost reminded me of like an indie drama but set in the DC Batman universe, and that's what I really liked about it, because it was filmed just like that, and it was very human, because it wasn't necessarily like, it was moments to lead up to a point, and I think that's kind of what made it more powerful, instead of just like someone contemplating about being the Joker, you know? What is that?
Definitely. Yeah.
All right. The Curse of La Llorona.
Fuck that movie.
No. Skip. Nope.
All right, man. Saw. Click it or skip it.
Click it. Click the shit out of that. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna skip it. Saw's a little bit too intense for me. I can't. I mean, like, everyone keeps telling me I should at least watch the first film, but I don't know. I'm just not into torture porn. I just really am not.
Me neither. I feel you on that, Meg. I do, because Hostel, like, that was on a different level. Like, for the first two, maybe three Saws, epic. Like, great. There's a lot of classic characters in there, or actors rather in there. Samuel Jackson, Danny, what is his last name? The classic actor from, what's that baseball movie? Angels in the Outfield. I can't think of his last name right now, but in Death and a Funeral, crazy, amazing actor, but he's also in it. Danny Glover, right? Isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Donald Glover.
Not Danny Glover.
It's Danny Glover, yeah.
Danny Glover, right? Yeah, Danny Glover.
Yeah, Donald Glover is Childish Gambino.
I always get those two confused. But yeah,
can you imagine Childish Gambino in Saw though?
That would be crazy.
That would be really good, actually. I'm into it. He's a great actor.
Like he'll be in like one of them torture chairs. He'll be like, what do you mean?
Like with his high pitched voice. Yeah, he's funny as hell too.
He's funny, but I think he'll make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, he would. He would totally make that work. Yeah, I was really hoping that they would give him the Spider-Man role, but it didn't happen. So, and now he's too old for that. But he, great, definitely Saw for the first three. I would say, yeah, hands down awesome. But I am not into torture porn either. I tried to get onto Hostel because I am a fan of Eli Roth, right? He produced it or was talking high shit about
and Hostel. He's fine AF.
He is so fine. Oh my god, the bear juice, girl.
I swear this gotta be like the thirstiest collab that we have ever done.
The truth comes out. Sorry, man. Sorry.
This has got to be the thirstiest one yet.
Man, it's true though. You're like Ross, though. Damn. But in that mind though. So yeah, but he's a great director. And so I was like, cool, I'm gonna watch it. Okay, Eli's on board with it. I'm gonna watch it. And that's when I was like really just getting into Quentin Tarantino movies and really seeing the people that he like links up with, which is Eli, which is Robert Rodriguez, like stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'll sit down and watch this. I don't see why not. So I watched the first one, disgusting, but I was like, okay, I got through it. The second one, and like I think it was the third one that
the second Hostel, that one was fucked up.
Yeah, definitely. Especially the fucking like the innocent girl, she like just slid her into like a hat and like she just like bathed in her blood. Like disgusting. So yeah, I can't with that movie. And then they still got to Jesse's character. I think it was Jesse Metcalf who was in it or whatever, and they still got his ass and decapitated his head, right? In the movie, they still got to him. So yeah, like movies like The Collector, it's not that they're not bad. They aren't bad films. They have great direction, but they are nasty. Like you gotta take a shower after that shit. Like Saw 7 with my boy Chester Bennington, rest his soul. Till this day, I will not fuck with that movie. Like hell no. Nasty. Take a shower time. Ugh. Yeah.
Now here's something that just came to mind. Who will be the funniest person to be in like a torture porn movie? Because
Michael Cera.
I mean, after thinking about Childish Gambino and Saw, I'm just thinking like, who would be hilarious as fuck to see in like a torture porn film? She said Michael Cera. The funny thing, I can see that being funny because Michael Cera's like, hey, so yeah, you know, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna get me there? What? Like,
For real. Easily, definitely. I would say
You know what? If they were to make a live action Rick and Morty, he should totally play Morty.
Like Morty? Oh my god, he would make a great Morty.
Oh my god.
Wow.
He definitely is Morty.
Super spot on. Like his mannerisms and his little like he's always intimidated voice, like nervous voice. Like, yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's awesome.
Michael Cera is cool as fuck though. I'm just saying.
They need to make a evil Morty though live action film. Like if they were to make like a Rick and Morty movie, they need to do an evil Morty live action film. That shit would be so dope. Like what? Sick. But yeah, good choice, great choice. Funny wise, God, all of the actors that come to my mind are serious. Like I think I think of like Leonardo DiCaprio, like, but he's too serious. Like he would nail it. Like I need somebody who's gonna like fuck up the part, like, you know, and not take it seriously, you know.
Wait, here's another one. Can you imagine Tiffany Haddish in a horror?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
That would be good, but yeah, I would be laughing too much.
Okay, in that case, I would say Kevin Hart then. And that's probably too easy, but Kevin Hart for sure.
God. You know how Kevin is? Like how he explains everything. It's such like
be like, what are you doing with that needle? Put it in my you're not gonna put that shit in my eye, man.
Pineapple. And then he goes on stage the next day like, well, I was in this room and it was all dark and shit.
Sitting here.
You know? Like,
don't make me laugh.
Right. Stay with your chest. That's awesome. I love that.
Oh man. But on that note, thank you girls for coming on to the show. Yeah.
Of course. No problem.
So if you guys, love my guests, you can find Dimi Horror, basically Black Girls Love Horror, on Twitter and Instagram. Find Megan on Instagram and Twitter at
TikTok too.
Oh
Yay!
God. TikTok.
Kind of.
I don't even know what the hell they doing on there.
I don't know either. That's why I'm like kind of on, but I also want to have more than 55 followers.
I feel you.
Oh yeah. So
Congrats.
are you gonna be doing some battle warrior dances on TikTok?
I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing something though. Just follow me on there. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge of everything.
Yeah. As everything should be. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
All right, well, we are gonna go ahead, take a break, and then we are gonna come back for the outro. All right, we are back with the outro, and yeah, you guys are back with Walterdoom, who is looking like one of the imposters from Among Us, but I don't know what the fuck I was going for anyway. So, but yeah, we are back with Daria and the Sorceress to give you your movie suggestions for Halloween. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my hands right now. Like honestly, like 46 awkward episodes, and this is the one episode I'm like, hey guys, like with my
Hey,
hands.
we'll have those awkward hand gestures. This is all cool.
I know, like it's so lame. But anyway, as you guys know, we give movie suggestions in the outro. I usually give a Tubi movie must watch, but I'm gonna hand off to my guests and give you guys a must watch movie. So whoever wants to go first, what is your suggestion for this Halloween evening?
Hocus Pocus, if you haven't seen it in a long time, watch it. It is so great, and it's even funnier as an adult.
Yeah, definitely. Guaranteed. Mine would have to be, I would have to go with Under Wraps. That's my shit. Even to this day, as a child, like as a grown as adult, from a child back in the day, like growing up with that film Under Wraps, and it's just a classic. It is a tearjerker, but it's a classic. So I would say that one for sure.
Okay, well that's what's up, and those are the must watch, you guys. So once again, if you enjoy my guests that has been on my show today, definitely go and follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Follow Dimi on Instagram, which is Black Girls Love Horror, and follow her on Twitter, which is Black Girls Love Horror 2. I believe it's abbreviated.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Yep.
So so follow her on that. Go ahead and follow Meaganzworld on both Twitter and Instagram. Just Meaganzworld. There's no complication with that one.
Yeah, so just make sure you have the Z in there and you're all good.
Yeah.
That part.
Yes.
And of course you guys can follow me, Walterdoom, on Instagram and all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. And I gotta say, here's something I gotta share with you girls. I found out recently on my listeners, what's that shit called? On the little percentage, like your analytics and what have you.
Yeah.
I got a 11% female listenership.
Hey! Let's go!
It used to be 0. Progress,
Yes,
I guess.
progress. Yes, the progress.
I guess some women are thinking I'm not so bad after all.
That's damn right. Damn right. You sliding in them DMs. I'm saying though.
No.
Hey, don't say that, because now they're gonna get scared. No. They're gonna be like, he's gonna slide in my DMs. Hold up, sis. Hold up now.
Well, this Dimi and Meg approved.
Yes. Hell yeah. Yes. Hell yeah.
Oh man.
I'm so
don't get me too much in trouble.
Yeah, hey ladies, slide up into them DMs. I'm just saying, come through.
They're talking about sliding in my DMs, but I'm not sliding in nobody's DMs. I ain't got time for that.
He ain't got time. He selected. He gonna select this boy to talk to. I feel it.
But yeah. Walterdoom on all platforms, and Walterdoom1 on Twitter, because some asshole, I'm coming for you one day. No, I'm kidding. But
taking that shit.
Some dude took Walterdoom on Twitter, so I am Walterdoom1 on Twitter. So we are out. Have a happy Halloween, everyone. This has been another episode of Let's Talk About Horror. This is America. Don't let them catch you slipping now. Don't get beat by the police. Don't take no poison candy, and stay your ass in the house, because it's COVID season. I'm just kidding, y'all. Whatever y'all doing this Halloween day, have fun, be safe. Peace out.
Happy Halloween.